Hi. Ever since I was a kid, I've always played video games. It all started with Counter-Strike 1.6 on my dad's old laptop, then Command and Conquer Generals on my dad's newer laptop. Sure, I've enjoyed both games, but it didn't have a lasting impact in my life, unlike this game, which is also this story that I will be telling you about, Dying Light. I remember back in 2015, I was just a little kid. No, actually, I started in college back here. I was walking alongside my mom in a mall. Then my eyes laid upon on this wonderful game in a stall of a gaming store called Dying Light. The store is called iTech, by the way. The game was just released like 2 or maybe 3 weeks ago, so it was a fairly new game. And of course, it was still on a full price because it's a new game. And it had all of these special DLCs included. You know, the four DLC weapons, the green ones, and the Be the Zombie mode, which is actually only available for the players who bought the game uh, during launch week, I think. But yeah, it was a special copy. Uh, I remember the sales clerk telling my mother that it had all of these special DLCs, which makes this physical copy very expensive. It was probably 1900. Well, in US dollars, it's $42, I think. At this time, I still had no idea how computer works. I assumed that my PC could run Dying Light because it could run Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and Call of Duty Black Ops 2 actually have a good graphics. So I thought it could play Dying Light. So finally, I've managed to convince my mom to buy the game. So we went home and I was so excited. I actually saw a advertisement of this game on YouTube like a day before. So I can't wait to play this game. So I installed it on my dad's Steam account. I waited a few minutes and the window popped up. Finally, your game is now ready to play. And that's when I encountered a problem that actually changed my life forever. As you can see, my PC was actually 32-bit. I had no idea that it is 32-bit, and I have no idea what even 32-bit is. So, I couldn't launch the game. So I sent an email to Techland, which is the developer of this game, and props to them. They're actually really helpful and friendly. I don't know why. Maybe because it's because of the new game. Not really sure, but they are actually the most decent developer that I have talked to, kind of. So I told them that the game will launch, and I've already installed it 3 times. And they asked me for my DX diag. At this time, I still had no idea what a DX diag is, so they actually taught me how to do the DX diag thing. And I got the DX diag and I sent it to them. And the reply to my DX diag email broke my heart. This is when I learned that my PC was 32-bit. The game would only launch on 64-bit computers. At that point, it felt like my whole world came crashing down on me. I felt my heart crack. I don't even uh, know what to do at this point, and I even asked the technical support if she thinks that the Techland would actually make a 32-bit version. Hey, I'm desperate at this point. They don't plan on making a 32-bit version, by the way. All of the hopes and dreams that I felt on the way home was crushed just like that. I was so broken, heartbroken at that time, that I actually lost all of my will to play any game that day. I didn't even touch Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I was so I just watched the Radbrad's gameplay walkthrough of that game. I watched him with hurt, envy, sadness, in my heart, thinking that I wasted $42 on this game. On this game that I would never play. I would never get to play. I slept that day sad, defeated. Uh, I couldn't think of other adjectives, but you get the point. I'm really sad. The next morning, my head is already clear, and I have decided that I will find a way to play Dying Light. So, I went to Google. I have searched, and I think you could call it studying. I've kind of studied what a 64-bit PC is, and luckily my PC was actually capable of running a 64-bit version of Windows. But then again, it was another problem. I could not afford to buy an operating system, much more install it. So again, I'm back on the drawing board of trying to make this game work. And after a week, Microsoft started giving away free upgrades to Windows 10. It was a miracle. Everything was lining up. It was like God Himself wants me to play this game. So I went back to Techland support and asked if the game would work if I upgrade my PC to 64-bit. Well, she said that she's still not sure because my processor and video card doesn't meet the minimum requirements needed. But I already heard what I want to hear, which is yes, it would work. It would launch. But that statement, all I heard was yes, it would launch. The other words are already irrelevant to me. And at that point, I made a reset disk of the 64-bit version of the game and backed up some important pictures on my external hard drive and upgraded my PC to Windows 10 64-bit. I didn't know how I did it. It just works. And just like that, I could finally launch Dying Light and play it. Well, the Techland support didn't lie. Sure, I could launch the game, but it had a frame cap at 15 FPS. Sure, it was nauseating. Sure, some people would even call it unplayable. But for me, it was perfect. I have managed to complete the game at a constant 15 FPS, or so I thought. I actually haven't reached the second part of the game yet, and I thought that once I have managed to destroy the thing, I won't spoil anything in case you haven't played the game first. Once I managed to destroy that part of the game was over. But it actually wasn't. So, after a year or so, I've managed to convince my parents to actually buy me a video card. Again, even though I have kind of studied the PC, I still had no idea what a good video card is, so I bought a shitty Radeon R7. But then again, it doesn't really matter because I could finally play the game for more than 2 hours without throwing up. I always feel dizzy playing the game because of the whole 15 FPS cap. And I could actually play the game at the lowest settings on 37 FPS. I am so happy. After a few months, I actually moved on from Dying Light and started playing other FPS games. But if it wasn't for Dying Light, I wouldn't be able to play these other games. Or the games that I am playing right now. Or maybe Dying Light was just like one of the ways for me to expand my horizon on other games. But maybe other games could also do it too. I don't know. But Dying Light really changed my life. My whole gaming life. Anyways, that's the story. And I really hope you like it. And may I suggest subscribing? If you enjoyed it, because I do enjoy telling stories and pretending that I'm actually talking to friends that I don't really have in real life. So yeah, thanks for listening. I actually put on some effort on editing this one. Some pictures that I put up, and yeah, I hope you guys like it, and I hope Y'all have a nice day. See ya.